Oh, hello, everybody. Glad to have you here. I am Robert. That is Robert. This is Tools with Souls, and that's Tools with Tactics. And we're here tonight to talk to you about our mistakes. Uh, Now, I'm going to try to keep this under an hour because Lord knows I have made more mistakes than any man has the right to make. So I am going to try to keep it brief and only talk about like the big ones.
Yeah, with YouTube.
Yes. What is this? Paul W. and Juan Prats are in the house. What's
What's
up,
going on, guys?
everyone? That drill looks like the older model, maybe Gen 1. It's just a generic picture that
Yeah.
I took off of the web and cut the background out of and put into a thumbnail because Lord knows I've made mistakes. East Coast Ken is here. Actually, some of the mistakes that I have made are putting drills or tools in general in position or to be used in a way that they're not designed to be used.
I've never done that.
That yeah. Quint Jaws in the house. Hey, you doing? How you doing? Good evening. Uh, and I end up hurting them. Like I don't think that Makita subcompact drill will ever be the same.
Oh man.
I'm all broken up about it.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
crying on the inside. But I thought for a good conversation starter, and not just about YouTube here, um, but why don't you guys leave in the comments section some of the mistakes you've made? Let's share. And I'll start it off. My first mistake happened when I was 19 years old and I married a woman while going to college. And I really didn't get to experience all that college had to offer because I was holding myself back to vows that only I took seriously. So
Oh no.
I saw that video, Paul. It's amazing the ingenuity that people come up with. But how are you doing tonight, Robert?
Man, I can't complain. We had another chill Sunday. Went to Harbor Freight. Forgot my wallet. So I went to Harbor Freight twice. It was a good time.
Yeah. Uh, I ended up going to Harbor Freight yesterday. So the torque adapter that you guys have seen me use time and time again in these videos is actually being discontinued or replaced. Hey, Fred Smith in the house, and he is a member, something all of you should be. But anyway, they're discontinuing it, so limited supply. I ended up going and buying all that my store had at I think they're $25 a pop or whatever. I got two, so now I have three. And the reason I needed to buy more was because while trying to do some of the testing on impact drivers, it broke. So I had to come up with something. My mistake was picking terrible baby mama. Been there.
Oh,
I was a single dad. Well, I guess I'm married now, but I was a single dad for about uh, 12 years. So that's a good one.
oh, that is a good one.
Yo, yo, Cody Brown in the house. Cody, I made a DeWalt video just for you. Not using the side handle. By the way, hello, both Roberts. Oh, yeah. Not using the side handle. I broke a wrist that way once. Hello, Dan B. How you doing? My
It,
mistake was sticking with my B
what is it?
eggplant into crazy.
My oh
Oh, oh,
yeah, yeah. BI.
oh,
Yeah,
oh!
yeah.
You're saying it's big. We know you're a liar. Liar. It's
Oh, that's funny.
pequeño. Mid Atlantic Tools. Hope everyone had a great weekend. So do we. Ed, the old tech guy, another member. He said, "Hey guys, hey Ed, love you. Glad to see you here tonight. I hate when they discontinue stuff. I have Harbor Freight test light with a voltmeter no longer works, but they don't make it anymore. I don't want another. I always wondered. I'm not one for returning anything. That's this other guy's job. Uh, I don't return anything. Just wondering, like, if they discontinue something and you take it back, what do they do? Like, it's still under warranty. You take it back. Do they upgrade you? Do they tell
They
you
just,
you're SOL? Do they give you your money back? I don't know how it works.
um,
So was I. As long
you
as you're
shouldn't be
not
able to
putting
take
in
it back if it's discontinued. That would be too. You just get money back at that point, like if it was like a defect or something. But you shouldn't be taking anything back that's no longer. You have it for more than 30 days, or you've had it more than the window.
Well, if you buy the extended warranty, like the 2-year warranty on some of that stuff, and they discontinue it within that 2 years, I don't know. If
Oh,
anybody knows, tell me. I've
yeah.
never.
If you okay, so if you buy the extended warranty, they should give you the upgrade.
Hey,
Typically, that's
Raj, I've
or if it's like your phone, they try to give you, a piece of crap, and then you gotta tell them, I'm not accepting that. And they're like, oh, well, we're gonna have to escalate this, and then they escalate it to like instead of an S10, they do like an S10 plus, and you're like, that's still not $1,000 for my $1,000 phone, that you're
right,
spending $20 a month on. You're
right.
you're essentially paying for itself whenever the time comes, just in its own little bank. They're like, no, 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 give him an S9, and hopefully he'll shut up. They do it all the time.
Well, in your case, all you have to do is let what, like a dealership hold your car for 4 months, and they'll tell you, "Oh, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll
Oh,
fix it."
oh.
4 months later, they fix it, and they're like, "I hope that makes you happy." And you're like, "Yeah, it sure does. Thanks, guys.
Man, they
I got to
they
get the holes in my pants fixed now.
they did.
Thanks."
But in the end, man, they treated me right. At the end of the day, because I told the guy, man, because so you froze. I thought you dropped the stream for a second.
Nope, nope, nope.
Go ahead and read that. I'll tell you what happened.
Hey guys, how long do you think it'll take Milwaukee to give us next generation surge now that the fuel is out? Uh, if they do it, and that's a big if they do it, it'll be at least a year. You're probably looking mid 2023 before any of that'll happen. Just by Dewalt. Cody said, "What up, all? Hey, Antonio, glad to have you here." They give you the upgrade, but you have to pay the difference if it's more money. What if you don't want the upgrade? Will they give you your money back? I purchased the Hercules 7 1/4 brushless saw, and the brushless saw recently, Sawzall recently, to build a run-in shed for my mom's horses. Have been pleased with battery life and stuff. Some thick, rough cut ash. That's great. I'm a big believer in buy what works for you. Buy what's in your budget. Buy the best that you can get, and with a 5-year warranty on the brushless Hercules stuff, worth it, I guess.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. You don't have to have the most powerful thing if you're in the field and it's your job, and especially construction. Even if you're a handyman, you don't have to worry about downtime too much. You just go to your truck and you charge something and whatever. But in the field, like if you're in construction, you really do want the best of the best. You really can't make a Ryobi last, more than a couple of hours without, downtime. So
Uh,
for the most part, man, Bauer and all that stuff is probably honestly fine.
I'll be honest with you. Like every job site I've ever been on, the guys didn't have the latest and greatest of everything. Like most of them were still rocking old brushed stuff because it still worked. And even the Ryobi, which I don't like their hammer drill, and I'm the first one to tell you I don't like their hammer drill, but the Ryobi hammer drill is more powerful than most of the brushed hammer drills that were out. So I don't. To me, I I pref- people don't pay for your tools. They pay
Yeah.
for your knowledge and your skill. I don't care what you show up with as long as it gets the job done.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yeah. For the most part.
Run it till it dies. Yep. 2767 20 and let it out of production. So no. Yeah.
You heard about
Trinidad.
that? That was that new one that was on the shelf by an accident or something, right?
I don't know. Oh, and then there's Makita, right? No. No, you only buy Makita if you're mentally deficient.
Just see if I have one around here just to pull the
I took
trigger for you.
being
I
a
don't have
turd.
one.
It was hilarious. I saw him doing one that broke, but I also saw him break a Dewalt.
No,
Oh,
this was this was the latest one, man. They put out the drill too early or something,
I
and
did see they were doing a recall on one, but I don't.
yeah.
Uh, although I use Milwaukee and I have them, I am not a Milwaukee guy. That's going to come as a shock to a lot of people, but unless you've been watching my channel for any long length of time, then it's not a shock at all. No, I am a big rigid user. I enjoy rigid tools. I use them often. It's my favorite tool brand because it provides the best value.
Yeah,
I'm not in the field anymore, so I don't have to have the latest and greatest of everything. And even if I were in the field, I would still take rigid out there because I know it works. I did it.
yeah.
But now that we've given everyone a chance to trickle in, let's talk about our mistakes. Do you want to start?
I'm doing one right now. Every day. I
Are
just
you
gotta.
saying showing up here is a mistake, sir?
Man,
I'm a,
my thumbnails, man. I make them with paint, and then I copy and paste them, and I post them
so true.
to Filmora. Then I drag and drop words on Filmora. Then I screenshot it, drop it back on Paint, save it as a JPEG, whatever. And I'm pretty sure there's a there's a thumbnail program for that.
There
But
is. Hey,
yeah.
Ted. There is a thumbnail program for that. The one I use, like the thumbnail that was for tonight, it took me 2 minutes to make. It's on Canva.
See, that's the thing though. It's not a program. That's a website, right?
It's an app. It's a website.
It's
It's
online
pretty
based
easy.
though. It's not on your computer. So you are
Uh,
uploading your image to the internet. They now own that image now. And then they can do whatever they want. Like who knows? Like you got incoming and outgoing on your router. So you've allowed all this access. I'm not interested in putting anything on another website. I'd rather own it on my computer. It's bad enough all this stuff calls home. So Apple has this program called Little Snitch, and you can literally deny ingoing, outgoing on your on your ports for certain programs and stuff. So you can. Back in the day, we used to, back when the iMac first came out, when it turned Intel, or even before then, the iMac G4s, which were Motorola based. Apple was kind of known for having like the better options for freer programs. And living on an island where I was at, nobody paid for anything. You download all your music, you download all your videos, all this stuff was all just yours essentially. And you would just take this program and tell it not to call home. And you could own, like I had Photoshop Elements 3, I had, you name it, Final Cut Pro 7. I mean, I had everything, that's thousands of dollars. And you just tell your router, hey, I don't want this to go out. And
yes,
it
yeah,
literally could not call home. So I don't like putting my stuff on the internet. I
yeah.
want a program. I'll pay $200 for a program before I put something on the internet.
So I want to make. And by the way, hello, Queefer. Um, favorite name on all of YouTube. So let me get this straight. You don't like being on the internet, but you plaster your face in every video that you make on YouTube. You
Yeah.
go out in public where there are recordings of everything that they
Yeah.
already have your image. You give your face to the DMV so that the government has your image and your likeness. They have your name, your address, all of this stuff. But you're really afraid of an online app having your face. I mean, I'd be
It's
afraid of a
certain
mirror
online
having
apps.
your face,
It's
but
it's
still.
certain online apps, maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
Sort of.
Yeah, you're on YouTube, buddy. They all have it now. Um, so you like it or don't like it. I mean, I found out a long time ago on Instagram, probably 6 or 7 months ago, that someone had made a fake account using all of my information
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
and
gonna
and
happen.
and ran a fake giveaway.
Nice.
I'm just saying, like the and there's some credibility to what you're saying. I'm not
Right.
discounting it at all. But when you really look at the world that we live in right now, the first thing that we sacrificed for technology was privacy.
Yeah.
So,
You,
I
you
mean,
you can be consistently inconsistent though, which means that if you like everything you've ever seen, no one knows if you didn't like it or not. If you watch what let's say you had a political video that you liked, then you had another political video the opposite side that you also liked, and then you had another, any other kind of video that you also liked. You can like everything, and it doesn't agree to anything about you of your personal preference. The only one that would know that is YouTube and how long you actually watched the video, whether you clicked off of it, things like that. So
yeah.
yeah, you can say you accept all this stuff, but I just don't like. I man, I no. I want a program.
If your cell phone, you're already in the matrix, it calls to many homes. I am network engineer. I see it all. See,
Oh, I'm sure.
the idea of, I'll say it the British way, privacy, um, or privacy if you're an American. The I the idea of privacy is something that we lost a long time ago, and unfortunately, we're not going to get it back. And to Ed made a comment about Makita tools being made in the USA and other manufacturers, global materials, and all that. Well, there's TTI plants in South Carolina that make just as much of their product as Makita does. Dewalt, they have plants in both the U.S. and Mexico. Um, Not saying Mexico is part of the United States, folks. Don't misunderstand me, but most of a lot of what we're getting now is just it is what it is. I'm not sure. Like Made in America is a great goal. Talon Tools, they make the Stud Master. I'll be doing a video on here in a day or two. Made in America, and I support Made in America as much as I can. But again, we priced ourselves out of a lot of those markets,
Yeah.
and it would just be so much better if we could go back, but going back is not an option. So we have to push forward. The United States used to be, um, at one point, and still is for a good portion of it, a company that builds, and now or a country that builds. Now we're a country that serves. It's a completely different mindset. It's different skills. It all started when we started telling kids, "Hey, take your skinny, scrawny butt to college and forget working with your hands." It is what it is. And Anthony Anderson, hello, how you doing? Glad to have you here. Brandon Dillard, Jeremy, I usually have a drill in both hands, so I can't hold the cigarette. I don't want to know where the cigarette is, but there's one other orifice. I'm just saying. Hey, Mexico and Canada are both part of North America, buddy. At least Mexico is close. All I'm saying is that there's some crossover in those countries. So I'm not knocking it. For me, I care more about what I do with the tool, how the tool benefits myself and my family, and how I can provide for them more than I care about where it came from. Except for when it comes to a Makita, I'd rather burn in heck than buy one.
Yeah.
I actually, so I made a mistake today. I got into it with a troll, right? So I made a quick video yesterday. I want to say it was yesterday on a 5 tool combo kit from Dewalt that came in the carrying case, their tough system case. And a guy commented on the video that it's free if you live in California because you can just walk out the door with it.
He's right. It
And
is free.
I said, uh, and this is how it all started. I said, well, I prefer honesty and integrity over free, which apparently is the wrong thing to say to some people because they get all upset.
Oh,
And
maybe this guy was literally getting it for free.
yeah, it wasn't him. It wasn't that because that poster agreed with me.
Right.
But
No,
there are
it's
about
the other guy that walks out of Home Depot for free.
yeah,
We're
there are about
posted that.
6 people that are like, I could care less what $1 billion corporation's money is. If I need it, I'm just gonna take it. And I'm like, look, dudes, that's completely immoral. You should never do that. And it's a big thing where we have, and I'm not going to say an entire generation, but a portion of people out there that just believe whatever I need, I am free to take.
Yeah, it's an entitlement issue. It's a mental health entitlement issue nowadays.
Yeah, I'm with you, Paul. That is a huge problem. It's cheaper than recycling and manual. Well, we priced ourselves out of the market for the most part. Milwaukee is watching you. Hey, Jamie True in the house. Hello, Jamie. How you doing? Got a stick welder off Amazon for $100. Cheap, but invaluable to me and my friends. Even use it on site. Hey, I like it.
Nice.
Any electronics that say 100%. That's true. All snap on battery powered tools are made in China as of right now. There you go. Yeah,
Most of your battery stuff is going to come from China right now.
if it's got electronics in it, it's going to be not manufactured for the most part in the US because those chips and again, it's a pricing issue. Why pay a US corporation or a US employee, 25, 40, $50 an hour when you can pay somebody in some other part of the world $1.50? Even if you take into a consideration the cost of shipping into the US, tariffs and all that, it still only marks it up to about $18.
Yeah.
We just can't compete on that level, not without really hurting ourselves. Makita has me on a list. Yeah, straight. It's a list of straight people that don't buy Makita. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. No moral compass today. But I go into it with this dude back and forth, actually like 4 people back and forth, where they're like, you just suck up to big corporations and all that because I don't believe in theft. And I'm like, maybe there are people out there that feel differently. I feel better when I use my hard-earned money to buy what I want.
Oh, dude, I'll make it out of home too. Every 20 visits. We go there pretty often. At least every 20 to 30 visits, we'll say solidly. I'm running out, and as I'm going out the door, I realize, hey, you didn't scan this. And 99.9 times out of 10, I go back. And I can only say 99.9 because there was one guy that was looking at me, man. And it was almost like a racial tension. He was like staring at me down. And he wouldn't let me self-check out anything. He kind of snatched everything from me, and he was making sure that he scanned everything. And he's eyeballing me the whole time while he's scanning something, like I'm trying to, and I had like 500 items. I spent like $1,200 there. And one of the things was a vacuum for like $50 that did pet stains or whatever. And this guy, it took 25 minutes to check us out. He checked everything, counted every individual slat of cedar, and scanned every individual one instead of just multiplying it on the thing. And we're doing a fence and all kinds of stuff.
They're supposed to scan everyone.
Okay, well, either way, but he's eyeballing the whole time like this, or deep,
So,
deep, deep. And then I
what
got to the store and I realized that he didn't scan the vacuum, and I was like, I ain't going back.
see, I would still do it. I would still go back.
Yeah,
But here's the thing. Like, um, I have been to Home Depot and I have watched their own employees steal. And here, it's not them keeping the stuff. Don't get me wrong. So drywall at Home Depot come in sheets of 2. They only scan it once instead of twice. So
yeah,
that's loss. Now, when corporate is looking at it, the Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, when they're looking at it, they don't know who took it. They're just marking it down as
it disappeared.
loss.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's a tragedy because then the cost of those materials goes up because they have to compensate for the loss, and a lot of it is really it's just kind of some lack of training
yeah.
that's going on at those stores. No one's really telling anybody that you gotta take care of that stuff. You have to scan it in twice. It's not just it's an environmental issue. In order to build those electronics cheaper, you simply have to pollute more. Yeah. In the USA, our environmental laws make it too expensive here. That's
That's
true.
probably all you want to talk about. That on you probably don't want to talk about the.
The best government is the government that governs least.
Yeah,
It's
there you
one
go.
of my favorite quotes. It's your money, spend it the way you want. Who am I to tell someone what to do with something they earned? Now, if you ask my opinion, don't get mad when I give it to you. Well, I agree with you
Yeah,
for the most part, but the people that are just like I want to steal, and that's my goal is to go in there and steal. And the one guy's like, I'm going to continue to shoplift and save myself money, and I'm like, well, you're an idiot. I was being very polite. I was just like, you guys have no morals. You're simpletons. But anyone use the 40-volt Ryobi auger with the 8-inch auger bit? If so, did it work out?
I
How-
saw that on the shelf the other day, and I almost picked it up just to attach it to the
Pro
5/8 lag.
Pro Tool Reviews, I want to say, did a review on the 40-volt auger. So you might want to go over there when this is done, Brandon, and check it out. I have never used it, so I can't tell you. I am, you know, beard makes you look shady. You guys want to
Yeah.
see? I found a picture of I found a picture of Robert online before the beard fully grew in. He's a little younger. He didn't have his glasses on. If you guys want to see it, let me know. I'll put it up here. Yeah, he's gonna return it. I found a Harbor Freight gas auger on the side of the road. Took it uh, home, tightened the carburetor bolt crank up. Hey, that's cool.
Let me
I
show you
mean,
this picture. Hang on. You gonna bring your picture up?
I will. The guys got to tell me if they want it. I don't know how to get away with it. Once at Walmart, went into for one or two things and found up to a handful of 5 to 10. I dropped something in my pocket, forgot at the register. Security got me. Mistakes happen, but
I
I'm
wouldn't
not.
say got you. They
Yeah, cameras are insane.
found an error.
So there are literally videos of people going into Home Depot, cutting the spider wraps off of stuff, taking it off the shelf, and just walking right out the door, right past employees.
Oh
And,
yeah.
and to me, those people are, um, well, they're just disgusting. I don't know how you can live with yourself knowing that you're a thief. Uh, yo, Jay Taylor in the house. Hey, Jay, I appreciate you, brother. And
Cody Brown
also,
said
you'll
pull it up.
see he is a member. It's retail and it's built into the price. I don't know about built into the price, but it is definitely retail. He didn't want things. He didn't want to bring in the shopping carts. Unfortunately, there's no penalty for shoplifting, which encourages more shoplifting.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah.
I I agree with that. Unfortunately, I wish there were. Hold on, I got to get rid of this. So here is a picture of Robert. Uh, this is him when he was younger. And those are actual mice to make up for his ratty ass beard.
My
That's from a movie called Creep Show. I just thought it was funny. I found that right before we went on. I was like, "Yep, that's him." That
Oh,
it does have an uncanny resemblance. I think it's the hair.
somebody sent me a picture of me whenever I was 12. You can see what my
Wolf
hair
Co.
used to look
2, what
like.
up, everyone? How you doing, Alex? It looks the same. Have you
I,
combed it since?
well, it's upside down. See, there's my beard.
Oh,
We just switched it around.
oh, there for a minute. You were so ugly. I thought you were mooning us all. No, another mistake I made. So when I started out in YouTube, I had a lot of what I thought were really great ideas, and I still think they're really great. I did my evolution of power tools, where I talked about where tools were and how far they've come in a relatively short order of time. I thought that was a great video. I shot it, 11 minutes, put it on, nobody watched it. You know, and I'll admit that if I go like if I were to do it over again, it would look completely different. The style would be much different, but the idea was solid. Doing a lot of the impact drivers head to head against one another. I did it too early in my YouTube career, and I should have waited, till I built up an audience and had people
Do it
that were
again.
willing to
It's not
watch.
too late. Do it again.
Yeah, well, I've already done it, so that I'm not creating anything new if I
Well,
just
how
do
many
it
views
again.
did he get though?
Uh, one of them got like 126.
Yeah, so now you have 13,000, 12,000, whatever it is. Do it again.
11,000. I'm
Yeah, do
not
it
I'm
again.
not nearly as big as you.
Yeah, right. Do it again. You got like, you have literally 11,000 more followers.
Yeah, that's probably true because I did start it like I
If it
started
only
it
got watched
a month
100
ago.
times, you got 10,900 people that haven't seen it.
I let the people decide what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do. Like I've put out polls asking like, do you guys want more deal videos? Do you want me to do how to? Do you want me to show you how to use tools? Do you want more head to head comparisons? Like 73% said just deals.
I got a double whammy here, which plays on the next one. My biggest mistake was not purposely. Why'd you put me on screen? What did I do?
I, I'm just saying, go ahead.
Uh, I deleted about 60 videos when I had, I don't know, 300 subscribers or something, and they were cringy and the intros were bad. I don't really regret deleting them. I just wish I had waited until I was a little bit bigger, because when you delete your videos overnight, why don't you go ahead and pull up Social Blade on uh
I will.
find
I know
somebody
how
that's
to do it.
deleted videos, like pull up Social Blade and you can go to a YouTuber and you can see negative views. If you think of somebody that's deleted videos, go on their Social Blade, look them up, and you're going to see negative views on YouTube. YouTube's going to look at all that information and it's going to look like negative views. So there's no way your stuff's ever going to get pushed out for months
Yeah,
because you've done that.
yeah. Jay,
You're better off restarting a whole new channel than you are deleting all your videos on your account. I did that. And the only way that I made it to 1,000 subs was because I had a short that got like, dude, I don't even know. I had 2,500 subscribers in less than 2 weeks
yeah,
because of that one short.
1.4 million views or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but
Yeah.
yeah, the rest of us just have
But
to
I was,
struggle along.
dude, I was in such a rut before that. Like, man, it was bad. I was like, I thought I was going to quit. I almost did quit. Actually, I made my final video on YouTube about
So
quitting.
BW's Electronics, thank you for being here. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yes, we should absolutely do that. JJOMNT, thumbs up. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, folks. Uh, no, another mistake I made. kind of piggyback with what you're saying, because I know where you got the advice. One of the mistakes I made was listening to other YouTubers.
I agree with that.
And what I and look, I value every piece of information I get, like the relationships that I've built up with other YouTubers. I can't say enough about how grateful I am. But some of the ideas or comments that they would shoot off to me or give to me actually ended up hurting my channel more than it helped. You know, they were like, "Oh, you should not disclose maybe that you have Alzheimer's." And I'm not ashamed that I have
No,
Alzheimer's.
right.
I can't control that.
Right.
You know, or people going like, don't put this tool on your channel, because if you put this tool on your channel, then people identify you with that tool and they won't watch or whatever. And to be honest with you, I found the people in the tool community, the actual people that watch, they just want to watch tools.
Yeah.
They want to see it. Now, I'll tell anybody, Metabo is a view killer, but I still make videos with Metabo because I love them. And if I love them, somebody else out there is going to love them.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have an issue with whatever you got. Another thing is, like, do you guys have any idea of how much money we have spent on YouTube?
Yeah.
Right? Just to make a channel work, just to make it grow, just to
Just,
entertain you.
how many microphones have you bought for YouTube? Not including the $150 one on your skull.
So I bought the Snowball.
Yeah.
I bought 2 other Yetis. I have a wireless mic. I have 3 different wireless lapel mics. And I have 2 of this kind of mic, which we're not going to call it. It's just a mic.
Right. Yeah.
That I've put out there. I'm like, so I've probably in mics alone, I've probably spent $500-600.
Okay,
minimum.
it's not just me. I think everyone does that. In case you guys are wondering if you want to get on YouTube or something, I'll show you this right now, because this is too good not to show you guys, because I've made so many mistakes. I'm going to give back. I've tightened the bejesus out of this though with the screwdriver.
I don't think you're throttled on YouTube, Ed.
Hang on, let me.
I respectfully disagree with the throttle on YouTube.
Oh, dude, this better not kill my screwdriver.
You see that guy over there, for months was telling me that he was throttled. He was in a category. He had been blacklisted on YouTube.
Here's the thing. I was, though, but not on the same level. Like, you're throttled right now. We're just bring up the next thing. But anyway, I made a video about the amount of goods that you could get or couldn't get, that there lack of on what was actually going on some coasts and about, boats. And I was getting, 100 to 300 views. I had a pretty good community, and I was getting that pretty regular in every video I put out. I put out that one video and it got 11 views. And I was like, oh, crap. And then it was just downhill from there. So this is the media mod for GoPro. So the GoPro is actually here. You take off the side piece. That's your GoPro battery. Or you'll see it's actually not a real GoPro battery. I'll tell you one more thing around this topic.
So you guys in the chat have a lot of stuff that you're coming out with and we're going to talk about it.
See how bulged out that battery is? You can see how it's. So I left this plugged in and I was using my GoPro as a webcam, and it was charging at the same time. Dude, I almost couldn't pull this battery out because it blew up so wide because it's lithium ion. And even though it's a factory GoPro, you can still have, issues with lithium ion batteries.
Hmm.
But this media mod here comes with a microphone on both sides. And whether you're facing it towards yourself or you, it gets excellent audio quality. I spent a bunch of money trying to plug something into this media mod to get better audio through that port there and the USB-C. And there's even a USB there that doesn't exist on this. The only thing here is a USB-C on these GoPros.
Hmm.
And if you want to get into YouTube and you want to have 4K and you don't want to use your phone, this is probably the cheapest, most quality option that you can find. It's $350, I think, and you're done. You get the media mod for $70, and you got yourself a camera. I spent, not including this, I'm about $800 in microphones too.
Yeah. I'm about $140 in cameras
Yeah,
because I bought two, what do they call webcams, which all my older videos were shot with a 1080p webcam. And then I've got the video that you guys are looking at here, which is an actual 4K camera. Um, in a manner of speaking, it is a 4K camera. I haven't shot a single video with because I ended up using my phone.
that's the same one
Holy,
that I got, right? Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I ended up doing. Now Juan Prats has a question here. Roberts, how much do you guys make per month? Three figures on the high or the lows. Answer if you feel cool about it. So I've mentioned this many times. I'm not ashamed of it. I, on average, make a little over $500 a month here on YouTube.
Yeah,
That's
he's killing it.
it. I have just recently begun, or I have qualified to get paid on other platforms. So I don't know what I'll get paid from those yet, but I just recently got qualified uh, to make money on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. So I'll let you know in the future kind of what those break down to be, and actually let you guys know if you're interested what platform pays the best. I can tell you currently for me, without a question, is YouTube.
Yeah, and that's all based on retention and retention, pretty much. Over 1,000 views, and then as long as they're watching more than 3 or 4 minutes, um, you're going to make about $5-7 minimum on that one video.
Yeah.
When you get the retention this guy gets at 10 minutes, and then you get 3,000 video views, that's $30-40 per video.
Yeah, that on my deal videos, that's about what I make.
I
20,
make
25 to 40
I
on a
make a
deal
lot of
video.
evergreen stuff, so my videos get continuously watched. I've been slowly working my way up to about 120 a month. When I had shorts bonus, they just moved the goalpost, and now they've changed the way they do their shorts. I was getting $100 a month because of my viewers on my shorts. That's gone. It's non-existent anymore. They changed how they're doing it. I don't even know what the threshold is, but I can tell you right now, when you get a video that makes 1.4 million views in 1 month, it's still not enough to get $100. It used to be, but
Steve,
now you got to get some serious views now.
Steve, anybody that's been watching my channel knows about the Metabo deals that are going on. I love Metabo. I think they're great tools, great products. I'm with you, Jay. If it's not Milwaukee, it's not DeWalt. People don't watch, but the thing is, how many times can you watch the same video from a different person without, like, you know, without going nuts? To me, it's boring. A lot of what is going on in the tool community now is just boring.
Yeah.
There are some channels, like Torque Test channel is always phenomenal. Project Farm is really good. AVE, when he does a video, is good. But there's really no one out there that's pushing the limits. They're not innovating. They're not coming up with much. They're just doing the same old, same old, same old. What are you doing?
I was going to show somebody something.
Okay.
I'm in preferences,
Yeah.
and then I'm in mods. Oh my goodness, you can't even see it.
No.
I'm in mods here, and you can see that your media mod actually pops up, and you can select. So like when you put in a mod on your GoPro, it knows all about that mod, and you can select different options for it as well.
Hmm.
So you can go into your microphone settings and things like that, where you can change the output to more volume or less volume depending on what you're doing. So you're not just this thing kind of comes alive when you start adding mods to it. This is probably the best mod for the money. One thing about this mod is that it does overheat this GoPro. So if you're in your garage, it's 85 degrees inside, and you're shooting footage that's 10-minute video, but it's taking you 2 hours to make it by the time you cut it all up, this thing will say that it's getting hot and it wants to shut off. So this mod does overheat your GoPro.
Yeah.
But you do get a nice, whatever you call that slot. What is that slot called?
Harry.
That, yeah.
Oh. So BW, it's a bad idea to run a bunch of shorts on the same channel. You make regular videos. You're talking about two different audiences. Make short video lovers don't watch long video and vice versa. That's actually not 100% accurate. For most channels, it is, but it depends on what style of video you're making, long versus short format. It really does matter, because I have a great crossover between my long format and my short format starting the first of this coming year. Actually, even now, if you have a long format video, YouTube gives you the option to create a short that will link to that long format video so that people that watch the short can click on it. Like there'll be a little pop up or whatever that clicks on it and it'll take you to the long format video. So YouTube wants people there for the long format video. And for the most part, you're right, two different audiences, but not all the time. Just depends on your content, what you're making, what you're doing. You know, the right video will hit both audiences if it's correct.
Nice. Hey, I appreciate you guys commenting about that. The Hero 10 apparently has overheating issues. That's good to know. Thank you.
And Bill Beckett, thanks for being here. We appreciate you as always. Yeah,
I'm the
that's
only guy
good
that knows
money.
what Abe looks like.
That's good money, especially doing what you enjoy. Yeah, I love it. TikTok doesn't pay, but just pennies. I don't know though. So yesterday was the first time that TikTok let me know what I'll get paid or what I got paid uh, for views. And I had one video yesterday. It ended up the day at about 150,000 views, and I got $7 as a channel for that one video. Today, that same video did over 500,000 views, maybe 600. It's up there. So I'll find out, like just trial and error. I would be telling you out of ignorance right now if I said it one pays more than the other. I make the bulk of my social media money from YouTube. People are willing to pay more, like companies are willing to pay more for sponsorship on YouTube than they are other platforms.
What
But
what does that equal cents per video per view? If you $7, you got 150,
so I don't know.
and then you got 500 now. So that's like, is there breakpoints? Is there? You don't
I
know.
don't know.
You don't know. They
I
didn't break
got
it down.
approved. I got approved. So you need to have 10,000 followers on TikTok in order to get paid, and it submit like 100,000 views in a 30-day period in order to get paid on TikTok. Well, I hit that threshold a week ago. It takes 3 days. In 2 days, like I couldn't even apply, and then it takes 3 days for them to approve you. But once you're approved, you're approved. So I've in the last 2 days, I've had well over 1 million views on TikTok alone.
Well,
And I'm over 15,000 followers, 15.4, 15.5. I'm up there. I don't. It's gone so fast because like 4 weeks ago I had 1,200.
yeah, that's
So
awesome.
it's been like, and it's those torque testing videos that don't do that well on YouTube, but they just gangbusters on TikTok. I haven't cracked the Fibonacci sequence on Instagram yet, but if I pay more attention to what they do, I will. I only use Instagram to communicate with you guys.
I only own Instagram because of you. This is so
Thank you.
upsetting. And then I found out the other day that Instagram is Facebook.
Yes,
So now I might
Ryobi
delete it.
tools are trash, and so is Makita. Thank you, Shaka, for the $2.06 super chat.
Ooh, you
We
got 6 cents.
appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. That's great. Shaka with facts. Yep. Used iPhone for vid for years and have great quality vids with millions in views. Good content, entertainment factor, be a good key for views. Absolutely. I'll tell you what. If anybody's looking to start into YouTube and you're doing a big journey or whatever, buy a good quality microphone that hooks into your phone and use it.
Yeah.
That's my advice to you because that's going to be more beneficial to you in the long run than buying all this expensive equipment. Your phone's already one of the best cameras out there. Use it.
Yeah. And a good Rode microphone, you can get them at Best Buy now. A good Rode microphone. They're inexpensive compared to all the other ones. And they work exceptionally well.
Um, yeah, I've seen those videos there, Howie. You're the guy that goes picks up his daughter at school to embarrass her. Kind of upset about how they did their new high torque. Yeah, people have been talking about. I haven't seen the torque test channel video yet. My weekends are relatively jam packed. I keep busy, but I'm just gonna say the people that have the rigid high torque don't seem to be upset at all. Are you a descendant of an ape on a tilting, wobbling, spinning oblate spheroid hurling incredible speeds through the infinite vacuum of space? No. No, I am not.
Okay.
I, yeah, no. Some people want the same thing over and over. Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to be one of those. Save me money also. Hi, Parody Bear. Glad to have you here. Yeah,
Oh,
we
maybe Wolfco. Oh wait, why don't you get to that video to that comment?
wait.
I'll wait.
I'm still up here.
Yeah.
Did you debunk the clutch chuck? We did that on a live stream weeks ago. Literally,
Not like really extensive testing, but yeah, it seemed like it did better.
that guy was using one, couldn't get the bit to stay in the drill, and I was like, maybe you're over tightening it. Don't tighten it so much. Just let it click a couple of times because that's the clutch setting, and then half a click back, and it worked just fine. Didn't drop a bit after that, did it?
Not in that one test, no, but we haven't like, gone back to back to back. But yeah, it seemed to do better.
As much that's okay, JW. There are a lot of people like that. I still make those videos. I just don't make them all the time. That's why the torque videos for me were so much fun because no one was really doing it. Like nobody just said, "Well, I'm gonna just see how much torque this actually has." And I ripped the idea off of a Project Farm video. So I'm not even gonna say I was original on it. I saw him doing it. I was like, "That's a cool test." I was in Harbor Freight one day, saw the torque adapter there, and I was like, "Yeah, give it a shot." That's how that came about. And then my Tools with Souls challenge. Nobody can beat me on that. Um, Tools with Souls challenge. So you guys have literally now seen me do the Tools with Souls challenge like 40 times.
Right, but you haven't made it yet on any of those drills except for the Metabo on a live.
Well, no, I did it with the Gen 4 Milwaukee as well.
Oh,
The
okay.
very first run with the Gen 4 Milwaukee was like, yeah, I'm going to just do this. I did speed 2.
Oh,
So, yeah, impressive. That's why I wanted to test like everything in speed 2, like go through do speed 2 because I know we're all of the belief that speed 1 is low speed, high torque. Speed 2 is high speed, low torque. You know, I just want to see how accurate that is. What are you losing going from speed 2 to speed 1? What are you
man,
what are
I
you what would
I
you gain?
I almost never had to put my drill into speed 1. Um, yeah, didn't
Yeah.
do it.
Just return the camera. He will. AVE is unique, but I enjoy. Yeah, that's one of the things that people enjoy about his channel is that he is so unique. Um, overheats, you need to change some maybe settings, bring the 1080 60 frames. I don't know what any of that means.
Yes, you do. Keep going.
Does it help to use keywords of hot topics?
Sometimes. I did.
Oh,
I did one. I did one talking about Will Smith. Slapping. I said this thing slaps harder than Will Smith, and I
oh,
posted the video. And before I could put my shoes on and get to the car, it had 7,000 views. So yes, but that video like
yes.
died like 30 minutes later, completely dead. So if it's a hot item that your audience is curious about,
Huh?
then probably. But if it's just a hot tag that a bunch of people are going to click on and then see that it's not their genre of what they enjoy watching, no, it's not going to help you.
That's a great deal, BW. Car in the summer. I'll try to catch up. Sorry. Do a Tide Pod eating challenge to get more subscribers.
There you go.
None of well, he is. He is that age. I am
Actually,
of
hey,
the
you know
age.
what?
I'm
Honestly, I
too
don't
old
think
for
you're
that.
allowed to talk about that on. We were just reading a comment. We weren't going to
Yeah.
say we're going to do it.
TikTok is just kind of
I
weird
think
how
they
they
I think
they
they
do
put a
it.
stop to that.
I don't know. Come with a battery. They're talking about that deal.
Yeah. Don't respond to it.
Last several months. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to catch up now.
Yeah, man. Best Buy is a local brick and mortar business that you need to support. If not, they're not going to be local for very long.
Yes.
Go to Best Buy. Go to Lowe's. Go to Home Depot. If you enjoy walking to a store and picking up what you want, and if it's not what you wanted, being able to return it or having a spot to, hey, that's important to me. Uh, um, you need to shop at your local stores, and not only that, but that's the heartbeat of your community. You can say, oh, it's a large corporation, but guess what? Your friend might work there. Your friend's mom might work there. Your mom might work there. It's local. It supports local communities.
Yeah. Yeah. Most videos are done by everyone. Yeah. A sprag clutch is one way freewheel clutch. Resembles a roller bearing instead of a cylinder of rollers. Everything revolving symmetrically. All right. That's too geeky for me. I'm sorry. This started at 9 Eastern. I got like 7 hours of content to catch up.
No,
No, we 7 Central Standard Time, same time every week.
we've been here 59 minutes and 15 seconds.
Need to twerk. No, that's not going to happen. Let's get this party started, mofos. Good evening, Jeff. How you doing? Glad to have you here. And I think I am caught up on the chat. Whew. Um, I could talk. Another mistake that I have made, but I willingly make. I make it every single week because there is one thing that I do that has hurt my channel a lot over the last year that I've been doing it. And that is the live stream. Having a live stream that goes up for an hour or 2 hours, whatever, every single week, because the average retention on it isn't high. And because the retention isn't high, it actually hurts and hinders the channel. But it's a sacrifice I willingly make that other people, because be honest with you, I took this slot, this idea from Suburban Beard and Joe the Tool Guy, because they were like, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to blow it up and we're all going to get, and they pie in the skied it and whatnot. And those great guys, I love them both. But they quit like 4 weeks, 5 weeks in, whatever it was. And I started doing this one because we had made a commitment to you guys that we were going to be here every week. They made the commitment, but because I was part of that group, I held it. And I'm not complaining about it. I enjoy showing up here and interacting with you guys every week.
Yeah, it's a community.
Yeah. So, but it is something that if I was looking at it just as a business, or like if I was,
it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
yeah, if I was just taking
Yeah.
the personal part out of it, it doesn't make sense to do a live stream on YouTube every week.
I like live streams because the same reason why I don't like texting. I don't text. You just call me old school, whatever. When you text, when you ask somebody a question, you don't get to hear the inflection of their voice. You don't get to hear their first response. You don't get to hear the pausing. You don't get to hear the tone. There's a lot of things that are lost that you don't get to see when we make a video, when we cut it all out. And when I first started making videos, this is one of my mistakes, was that I left everything in because I was like, I want everyone to see the whole picture. Nobody wants to see the whole freaking picture of the video. Like I was editing one today. I've got a pretty cool video with it's a rivet tool that compressions threaded rivets with like a tool like this, kind of like a hedge trimmer. And I've used it professionally for years when I did industrial in metal panel walls. And Newmaster sent me one, so that video is coming out very soon. And anyway, I ended up cutting out like half of my drilling because you guys don't want to watch me drill the whole hole. You want to see the drill start, and then the next thing you know, here comes a rivet. Like you can't show the whole process. And like a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you probably messed up on that hole 20 times."
They only want to see you drill the whole hole on OnlyFans, Brazzers or whatever it's called. So Ken, yes, I do see because it's kind of an all-in-one. Right? It's perfect for driving screws, doing fasteners, and the 1/4-inch shank does make it convenient for your drilling. Now, bigger hole, obviously, you can't do it, but you'll see more and more guys on the job site carrying their impact and having their drill in a bucket or in the truck or something and only using it when they need it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense for wood. The drill, whenever you get in a bind, like somebody said, they've broken their wrist before.
Yeah.
That'll never happen with an impact. You got full control of it. You're never going to get your hand slammed into a rafter. With metal, when you're drilling through, like an I-beam and you're trying to tap or you're trying to, mount like a thicker bolt or self-tap or whatever it is into an I-beam, maybe you're trying to put the grounding on it and you're drilling through and through. You can't use an impact because they go too fast and they don't have enough torque to where you can keep that in low speed because, you only give it half throttle. It's going to stall out on you. So,
if you're going in a metal, you should use a drill.
Yeah.
And it should be in as slow as possible.
Right.
Just because if you don't do that, you lose the temper on your bit, which is why your bits break.
Yeah.
On an impact, you don't really have a good way of controlling the speed because most of them it's either full on or full off. You can feather it a bit. You can get a little less performance out of it if you feather it. You can set it down in a lower speed setting, but even their lowest speed setting is probably too fast to go for a drill. In metal, in wood though, knock yourself out. Do whatever.
Yeah. It almost acts like a cooling mechanism too. So like in thinner gauge metal, because it's not fully turning, it's kind of stopping and impacting and then turning.
Yeah.
You get a kind of a break on the cooling action. So if you stick a hole saw that's made for a impact and it's only like a half-inch hole saw or something, and you're going through like a 4 square cover, for example, you can get away with that.
Yeah.
You can't do a whole bunch, but you can get away with 3 or 4 before it gets too hot.
So, Alex, we look forward to doing these streams every week. I actually might be doing some testing next week. I just picked up a rigid pneumatic framing nailer. The talent tools in that are
Good
related.
job. You said it.
What?
Well, you didn't say the G word, so you did good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be using that. We might do some testing. I want to kind of experiment. I thought about getting different wrenches, putting them in a rig, and then seeing how long it would take to break a wrench using an impact to really gauge which brand has the strongest alloy steel and whatnot. I've never seen it done on YouTube. That's not to say it hasn't been done on YouTube, but the way I'm thinking, like literally go until it breaks, kind of deal. And I want to try that out, and I want to figure out a way, because the testing mechanism for impacts is about 4Gs. I ain't buying a fourth G. They don't pay me enough to do that. So that's about what I make in half a year here. So I'm not doing that. Sai in the house. Hello, Sai. Sorry it took me so long to say hello, but we
How's it going?
appreciate you being here all the time. Thank you very much. I did see this. There was one comment that has haunted me here. I'm debating if I should wear shorty shorts or yoga pants that lift for my first video.
Both.
Yeah, the more of you that you cover up, the better, I think. Let's go fix it. Hey, everyone. Glad to have you here. Thank you for being here, Brandon. Not sure if it was covered, but what deals would you expect for Amazon's October sale? I don't know yet. I
I
just don't know.
don't even know how to expect deals on Amazon. Is that even a thing? Like where you can
Yes.
figure out what the heck they're gonna have?
Yes. So, yes, that is South Florida Hokie. Good evening, guys. You guys are the best. Continue to keep it real with your community. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much.
Oh,
We will
thank you.
try. We will try. Have you watched Torque Tech on the half-inch high torque? I have not. Antonio, Claudio, Michael. By the way, you guys should check out ACM. He has a channel here on YouTube. Also check out Ed, the Old Tech Guy, and East Coast Ken.
And now Wolfco.
Wolfco is a new channel here on YouTube. He also does TikTok. He's making some excellent content, very rigid friendly. So if you like my stuff, you're going to like his. By all means, check out Wolfco. Good guy. His name is Alex. Yes. Being new to taking YouTube seriously, I feel I make mistakes in every video. I do too. The thing about it is, you're the only one that notices. I
Right.
mean, unless it's like a major mistake or really obvious. Like I called an impact driver an installation driver the other day. I didn't bother to edit it out. I just pinned a comment going, yeah, I know very well it's an impact driver. My mistake. Just go on with it. But if you acknowledge it, it amplifies it. Just continue to make the best content you can make. Mid Atlantic Tools, another YouTube video channel you should watch. Just make another. Just continue on. If people call you out at the mistake, just admit it. Yeah, I made a mistake. So.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. Okay.
That's what I like about the Surge. Trigger control is smooth. If you like the trigger control on that one, you should try the Rigid Stealth Force. Is an amazing tool. It was actually the first version of the Surge, and then they made it in Rigid. So there you go. 12 volt screwdriver, basically a small drill with a hex clutch and a hex collet and a clutch. If you don't have one, try it. I've got the Heart and I want to say it's like 8 volts or whatever. It's not bad. Good evening.
I've
What's
got,
going on?
yeah. I got the Milwaukee one. That's fuel.
Start nailing wood on these drive. Oh, Client Graphics did that. Oh, good. And you know what? Here's the unfortunate thing about Client Graphics. Nobody, like, you haven't seen a video from him in almost a year because the trolls got to him. The people that would watch his videos, they made such horrible comments to the man. He ended up leaving or reducing his role, which is unfortunate because he was great. Good evening, my brother Robert, and our rigid spokesman for YouTube. Good evening,
There you go.
Ricky. Glad to have you here. Joe, Joe, does the battery adapter hurt the tool like 20 volt Dewalt to 18 volt Porter cable? They're actually both 18 volts, so the voltage doesn't matter. What matters with those adapters is that they don't have the
Temperature.
the way to speak to the drill,
Right.
so
Communication.
that it doesn't overload.
Right.
There, I answered a question without knowing it.
You did it.
Texas stuff I've seen on my Instagram and Tool Fam on Reddit. Always take pics. I've just never seemed to get them posted. That's the hardest part, is just doing it. Love you, demons. Demos on the rigid brushless tools. Keep up the great work. Yeah. It was definitely pretty off earlier when I heard about the Milwaukee high torque. I hope Milwaukee fixes the issue ASAP because it's truly bad look for the brand. They'll be fine. They'll fix it.
You need to see what happened. It's actually not surprising that Milwaukee did that. They've been turning into the DeWalt of 2009, where Makita kind of came out of nowhere, started taking the show, and then DeWalt continued to put out NICADs, and then 2 years later they're like, oh, we need to put out our, what did they call that? They called it the it wasn't atomic, it was atomic. No, it wasn't atomic. What was it?
I don't know.
Something nuclear. It was
Yeah.
one of their batteries. Nano something.
Yeah.
And it was too late. Everyone by then just kind of jumped to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know.
So, major. What do I think of the Ryobi high torque? If it works for you, it works. That's what I think. I haven't used it. I can't tell you. I can't tell you based on personal experience how it is. I just don't know. What I can tell you is, if you're happy with it, don't let anyone else's opinion bother you.
I would say if it breaks lug nuts, what else do you need? Like, how fast do you really need to break a lug nut? You know?
Yeah.
Any brand, if it works and it can do, all 20 or however many studs you got on your rim or wheel, that's all you need.
Yep. So look, Milwaukee had a collet issue on their Gen 3 impact driver for years, right? And they go, well, they got some midget to say, well, they say it only happens on 1%, so you should be happy. Right? And people were like,
99% of people
they got a midget
don't have trouble with this collet. Let me tell you why.
So you know what they're going to do? They're going to get a midget. They're going to get maybe another guy that said, I'll never bring these tools to my channel unless you pay me enough. And then, oh my God, that's rich. They'll bring those to the channel. But they'll get somebody to come out and tell them it's just a defective one, or we had a bad batch or whatever. And then in 6 months, probably not even 6 months, no one will remember. There'll be no big deal. I make mistakes all the time in videos. Just keep roll with it. Absolutely. And keep on keeping on. If you can edit out the mistake, edit it out. If you're good with editing, do it. Edit it out. Make the videos as crisp and as sharp as you can. Make them look as good and sound as good as you can. The real thing that you need to worry about, your audio. Make sure you sound good. No audio.
I'll show you. I'll show you a video that I edited. It's I think it's 15 seconds long, but it tells the whole story. I'll find it real quick.
The 998 is a great hammer drill. SEO.
You don't have to show as much as you think. You can take an hour of footage and make it 5 minutes long, and it still makes just as much sense as an hour. And then your retention goes up.
Wow, Jeff, that's a good deal. Yeah. As a matter of fact, one of the things that you want to concentrate on in a video is the pacing of your voice. There are times where you want to come out and you want to be really fast. If you hear me open up a deal video, I always talk fast like this. I'm trying to put as many words into that first minute as I can because that's going to force you to stay here. And then other videos or other times in the same video where it's a really good deal and I want to talk to you about it and I want you to feel that it's a good deal, I slow down and I talk to you just like this.
Here, I found it.
Pay attention to those things. Well, when you share it, I'll put it on. It's all a cycle. Dewalt making a comeback. Milwaukee starting to slip. Yeah, it is. It's a big cycle. That's why if you're so beholden to one brand that you can't see any others, you're wrong. Unless it's Makita, and then you were wrong to begin with. I am catching up, and then I will add that.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just trying to make sure everything's ready.
Editing out mistake. Glad my parents didn't know about that.
Oh my God.
Maybe they did, and you're not as big a mistake as you think. You should have met your brother or sister. Nobody, we all make mistakes in areas of life. Yeah. Michael Perry, hello. I just wanted to you to know I am staring at both of you intensely while sat on the toilet taking a huge poo. Thanks for sharing. We appreciate that very much.
It's a huge one.
That's one way to talk. Thanks, brother. Dewalt 998 is a monster drill, dude. Very strong. Yes, it is. It's probably No, it is not probably. It is the strongest drill that Dewalt makes. Never knew that.
Yeah, the 998 is awesome. That's my favorite.
There's still time. J Joe Mountain. Yeah, I agree with you. The tools of today are much better than they were 5 years ago. I'll attest to that.
Oh, that's my cue. All right, it's only 15 seconds long, so you get the whole story of this video though in 15 seconds. Life. This was about an hour and a half of footage. YouTube had a thing on their shorts creator thing that said,
"We want you to use
this audio, and we want you to make a short 15 minutes long for your fans." And it's like just something to interact with the community, and they send you emails all the time and stuff. Once you're a partner with Shorts, so this was what they wanted me to do. This is what I made. But I gotta scroll up because it's so fast. You've already missed 3 seconds of this short. So hang on. Here we go.
Sweet.
So you can literally, yeah, get rid of that.
You just have to hit stop sharing. We're good.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Ken. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, the more you cut out, the better you'll be. And then as you gain your fan base and they want to see more of your stuff, you make your videos longer. But starting out, short and sweet, get YouTube to push out your videos, get more views, get more retention. As you grow your fan base, you get a couple of thousand. You start making videos a little bit longer. Unless you're this guy and then you just blow it out of the water with retention, just unheard of from pretty much anybody.
BW, knocking Makita with a wall full of baby poop orange tools. How many times have you seen me take those baby poop orange tools and beat the crap out of black and yellow, teal and black, everything that it comes up against? Maybe we're caught up more on the name than the actual tool. And that would be the answer to all Makita.
I just want them to make a better battery. Just make a better freaking Makita battery.
Yes. That's the perfect example. Look,
It's only taken them 15 years to,
yeah, yeah. It took them all that time to come up with putting 21 700 cells in a battery too. 5
they
years
still don't
after
have
the
it for
first.
18 volt, do they?
Nope. I think it's just in their the 40-volt
40.
line or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah. Awesome. The 601 is great. I like it. Fiber. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, don't hurt yourself. Nice. Kept me wanting to see more. I like it.
Oh.
My dad had a self-help tape series back in the 90s called How to Make Your Point in 30 Seconds or Less. Pencil sharpener. Thanks, guys. Have a good week. Take it easy, Mid-Atlantic. See you, man. Actually, I actually need to send in my high torque in for warranty.
I hope they don't replace it with the new
I don't
design. Yeah.
I don't know. You at Impact Nation are responsible for influencing. He's obviously talking about
He's
you.
talking to me.
Do you think they will make a 12-inch sliding miter saw?
I don't know. Their batteries and that brand has the power to, yes, absolutely make something. I don't know what they're going to
Okay.
do. The marketing on those guys is kind of weird. They still don't have a compressor. They still don't have a nailing tool. They still don't have like they're just missing fundamental tools that would enable you to switch. You need a bandsaw. There's a lot of things. I was begging for them to make a one-handed recip, and they actually did that. But then they stopped with that. Like that's all they made. They need more tools to be able to fully switch. But that company has the ingenuity and some of the designs. Their jigsaw is hands down the best thing that I've ever used as far as jigsaws go. Um, I think they need to. I don't know if they're going to do it or not.
I don't know. Still waiting for those 200 tools in 3 years or 2 years. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. The 998 is a beast. I'm a 999 guy. I really like my Flex Volt. I think it's great. It took Cobalt forever to make a nailer. I'd say Flex will have a nailer soon. The Cobalt just released finally. That's cool.
Yeah.
They should make some benchtop bandsaws. I don't know. Does Milwaukee have a benchtop bandsaw? They may. I don't know. Um, I
I
mean,
don't think they did.
I know Ryobi has one. Um, Rigid had one a long time ago.
They don't have it anymore. It's gone.
Yeah, they don't make the benchtop bandsaw anymore, which is unfortunate. They also
That is
had a full
unfortunate.
size. They actually had a full size bandsaw stand, the whole nine. It was like
Oh,
incredible. And then they discontinued it because people weren't buying it. That's the thing. A lot of the brands, um, they'll make or they'll try to innovate. They'll come out with a new tool, and then people don't buy it. So then they discontinue it, and then years go down the line, and people are like, "Well, they should make this." And well, they tried. Rigid used to make outdoor power equipment. They had pressure washers, generators. They even had a clamping workstation, kind of like the one I use in my videos. Uh, I mean, literally, they had all kinds of stuff, but people didn't buy it, and because people didn't buy it, they stopped making it.
yeah.
It is. We ultimately control it. I have to live long enough to have robots taking care of you as I sip a pina.
That's a pina colada.
I don't know what that is.
You know what a pina colada is. Okay.
Flex power batteries and lifetime warranty. Give me a bit of FOMO. Milwaukee deals in line, especially pack out, do the same for me. May have to be a 2 to 3 battery line. Buy what
Yeah.
works, man. Buy what works. What fits you.
I think one of the last videos I did, man, their kit's killing me, man. Every time you buy a tool of theirs, you got to buy a battery with it. For the longest time, it's like, dude, I think I've got like 7 5.0 batteries right now.
Yeah. But my issue with Flex is the same issue that I would have with any tool brand. And it was one of the biggest issues that I had with Rigid when I first started getting into that line. Even though it didn't bother me as much in the field as it would now because I'm not in the field every day, is the weight. The weight of
Yeah.
their tools is just, oh my God, unbelievably heavy. The thing is with the Flex too, or not just the Flex, but the Dewalt, like their 998, their 999, when you compare it to the Milwaukee and you
Yeah.
throw a 3 amp hour battery on that Milwaukee, size, weight, speed, power. It's just hard to beat the Milwaukee. No one's really come close to matching all of that. So
Yeah, well, your impact being your gateway tool. So if your impact's good, you're going to get into the line. Um, their impact needs to be less powerful and smaller, and have all the same features, but be a little bit smaller and lighter.
Howie. uh, no, actually I think you're seeing more and more brands go with smaller. You're seeing more and more brands having to go, are going with smaller tools because the pros have spoken. Like,
You know, Flex has 12 volt. Um, the Red Flex, the Europe Flex,
yeah,
they have 12 volt. I don't know if it's the same
it's the same company made by
technology.
DuPont.
It's like this hand's doing this hand's doing this. I don't know if they're actually gonna come out with a 12 volt, but that company does have it. They know how to make it.
Yeah, the physical size is also an issue as they make parts smaller cars, tighter machines, more compact. The other brand tools won't get into places. That's true.
Yeah.
Weight is why I went with the Dewalt impact drivers over Milwaukee.
Yeah. Power
Yeah,
stack. Get that power
the
stack.
power stack is
Man,
definitely
that's all you
huge.
need. An 840 and 850 and a power stack. That's it.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Metabo. Makita is not ergonomically advantageous for me. I'm just going to leave it there. Don't let your robots get caught in the rain. What's a good brand works really, that's a good brand works really well. Yep. Rigid subcompact line is killing it. Recently with new stuff though, just kind of awkward with the bigger batteries. Yeah, the batteries on the Rigid are bigger, especially for subcompact tools. It is kind of a hindrance, but if you really look at the batteries, they've made the batteries smaller too, while still being able to use across the entire 18-volt platform, which is a huge deal. It's not like DeWalt with their torpedo style one day, and then they said, "Well, we're not doing that anymore." Other brands have done the same thing. Milwaukee. Other brands have done the same thing. Rigid has kept that same style, that same platform. If I buy a 10-year-old Rigid drill, I can still throw in my 18 battery in it right now and it'll work, which is it's a nice feature. The Milwaukee 12 volt is simply killing it no matter how much I hate the battery design. Yeah, the new ones are awesome.
Yeah, Milwaukee's really listened in the last couple of years. We wanted a bigger handled 18 volt, the Gen 4, and we got a bigger handle with to match the power of the drill. And we wanted a smaller compact design to grab where your buttons for your forward and reverse are sitting up here and not down here. And you feel like you get more purchase on the tool. The seam of your battery is no longer in the middle of your hand, and they've done good. But at the end of the day, you still putting that battery in the drill. I completely agree with you, Ed, man. I hate the design of that, but damn, it's good.
The design of that doesn't bother me a bit.
Yeah.
It's one of the natural
Yeah. Well,
advantages
you
of
use the
having.
batteries. The battery turns into your handle. It's like the extended thing that I can't
Uh,
say.
yeah, my whole like my hand on a 12 volt tool still goes all the way down to the battery no matter what. So, eh,
Yeah.
what do I care? Um, I'm mainly doing at home work, so having Flex would be like owning a garage Princess Ferrari.
Yeah.
Although I am trying to get some side work from the neighbors, DCS 382 has got me a lot of tree work.
That is that recip that I had on my last live stream, that little short one, I think it is, that fits in the bag. Yeah, that thing's awesome.
I like the Bosch 12-volt tools. Now I know who's the one. I like the Surge hack deal at the depot. Yep, that was a good deal. Yeah, woke up, welcome. All right. Y'all take it easy. Get dinner ready for the family. Take it easy, Antonio. Thanks for being here. I'm in 14 plus battery platforms, from 4-volt screwdrivers, even smaller, to an 80-volt chainsaw.
There you
That's
go.
awesome. My issue with rigid cordless tools is every 6 months they discontinue the tool just to pick one. By the way, the new drill driver is the 9th generation. Okay, if you say so.
Gotta take them apart. You got them all, don't you? Take them all apart.
I do.
On a video.
They're not the same.
Open them up.
I was busy making money. Oh, he's hooking tonight. All right, guys. So we covered the mistakes, or most of the mistakes that we have made on YouTube. I hope we've kind of illuminated you guys on some of the mistakes that we've made, so that if you decide to do this, you won't make some of the same mistakes we have. But there is one other huge mistake that I made that we really need to talk about, and it was